All right, everybody, welcome back to another issue of Shogun Warriors we're going to be reading today. Now, I love this series, and I mean, I love all the comic books that I read, even the bad ones. I don't know why these things are so goddamn important to me or why I've devoted my time to building this channel, but I did. But I've made an executive decision. I'm currently reading Shogun Warriors, Sleepwalker, and Godzilla, along with a lot of other assorted Golden Age comic books. But I've decided to make an executive decision to just finish the entire run of Shogun Warriors because I want to get it off my plate. We're on issue 10 right now. It goes up to issue 20. And then we're done. So I'm just going to do them like boom, 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 one after another. And I'm going to upload them just so that I can be done and I can move on to something else. I really want to get some Star Wars going because that series is really great. By the way, before we get started here, if you'll take a look, this time it's the 5 heads of Doom. As we can see here, this 5-headed snake, but it's also a hand, but it's a snake. It's weird. Of all the Marvel monsters in existence, this is probably one of the weirdest ones. Of all the giant trees and alien creatures from Mars and all kinds of shit, this is the weirdest thing. They're snakes, but they also happen to be a hand, but they also happen to be breathing fire. It's weird. You'll also notice that this time it is Combatra who is in this fight. That means this is the third encounter that one of the Shogun Warriors has had with a monster just randomly. Well, I'm actually here to tell you that I've looked forward in the continuity and I've discovered that it is not random. It is not random at all. In fact, I'm going to tell you that if you haven't already, go watch my series where I cover Godzilla. Marvel's Godzilla King of Monsters. Right? Because we just finished in that series, we just finished a double issue in which the Shogun Warriors, one of the Shogun, they create a Shogun Warrior to go up against Godzilla. And it's this great crossover battle. It takes a whole 2 issues. Well, they kind of did the same thing here. All of these fights, all of these little conflicts that the Shogun Warriors find themselves in, they are actually leading up to a crossover with a specific Godzilla villain. And if you want to figure out who that villain is exactly, you need to go watch my Godzilla series. But enough about that. All you really need to know is that from now on, I'm hoping to get it done in about a month, maybe a month and a half. I'm going to finish the Shogun Warrior series so that I can move on to other things. And 2, this is leading somewhere, trust me. So now we have Combatra against the 5 heads of Doom. Why didn't they call it the 5 fingers of Doom? That would have been more interesting. Like the 5 fingers of Doom, like Doctor Doom, you know what I mean? Anyway. From an ancient sanctuary hidden in the mountains of Japan come Raideen, Combatra, and Dangard Ace. Giant robots operated by 3 courageous humans, Richard Carson, Genji Odashu, and Ilongo Savage, ready to fight the forces of evil wherever they arise. Stanley presents Shogun Warriors. I fucking love it. And the 5 heads of Doom. Your life is in danger, Genji Odashu. Carson and Savage have already been attacked, and now you. Prepare to receive immediate transport of Combatra. And here we have this goddamn snake. 5 snakes or whatever. It's already here. That's because it showed up. It made its appearance in the ending of the last issue. If you haven't, go see that. Oh, man. And we got a double page spread. Look at that. Jesus. Well, hold on. We're going to have to zoom in. I cannot read any of that. It's so, oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I got to get close. Let me get close. Confronting the hapless humans is a horrifying creature. Or 5 creatures. It is a giant hand, each finger a slithering, what does that say? Serpent snake? And each head glares at Genji. The grotesque hand, or 5, reaches for her. God, that's horrifying. Can you imagine Can you imagine you're just walking out of the courthouse and you see this fucking thing and it's focused on you? It wants to eat you. All right. Okay. So she makes a frantic run towards the Shogun warrior Combatra, now shimmering into existence and itself an awesome construct of 5 components. Okay, there's a parallel there. Combatra is made of 5 components, and she herself needs to fight a 5-headed monster. Such coincidences are too rare, too deadly to wear the mantle of mere chance. See, I told you, this isn't random. This is not random. These monsters are showing up for a reason. We're going to get into it. Anyway, let me go back to normal zoom. Mwah, beautiful splash page. Shogun Sanctuary. Combatra has been transported, Dr. Tembura. Good. Activate the boarding shimmer tube. Charn, who I'm assuming is his assistant. Activated. But this new menace is faster than we suspected. Agent Odashu may not reach Combatra's tube in time. She will not, Charn, unless she is wise enough to change her strategy. Yeah, she's smart. She's a pilot. She knows what she's doing. That thing's too fast. I'll never make it. Even if I reach the shimmer tube, the monster will slam me? I don't think it's going to slam you, Genji. I think it's going to eat you. I think that thing wants to fucking eat you. The monster will slam me before I'm lifted even halfway up to Combatra's boarding portal. So I've got to change my tactics. I've got to buy some time. Simply evade the monster. By diving behind one of Combatra's giant legs rather than into the shimmering tube. Oh, look, it is a hand. It's like a fingerless glove, but instead of fingers, there's lizards coming out. God, what a goddamn monster. What a monster idea. Freaking strange. Genji succeeds in reaching shelter with mere microseconds to spare. Its quarry out of sight, the monster swoops up, closes into a bizarre massive fist, and oh my god, are you gonna rocket punch? Oh my god, fucking rocket punch. Without a pilot and therefore unable to defend itself, the dormant Shogun warrior topples under the force of the savage blow, threatening to crush Genji under the very legs which were to have shielded her. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, aren't you going to crush her? What happens? What's going to happen? I've got to lunge. Just like every superhero ever in comic book history, the solution is just to jump out of the way. Again, success is measured in mere microseconds. She leaps into the now horizontal shimmer tube, knowing that the flow of its gravity vacuum will carry her to the Combatra's entry portal. Good, let's get into this fight. Because this is, I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is a 2-issue fight. She doesn't beat this thing by the end of this. It takes 2 goddamn issues, so let's see what's up. Inside the fallen Combatra's control cockpit, everything's turned sideways. I've got to strap myself in on my back. But no sooner has she done so. Oh no, the monster's coming straight down to our heart. I'll never be able to activate Combatra and move out of the way in time unless... Centrons 2 through 5. Prepare for immediate conversion. Split into component modules. Centron Skyskater 2 ready. Centron Earth Mover 3 ready. Centron Turbo Streaker 4 ready. Centron Ground Rover 5 ready. And none too soon. This reminds me of, it's like Power Rangers. Like, what's the one where they're cars? Power Rangers Turbo. I knew that when I was a goddamn kid. Because they all have weird names like Earthshaker and Thunderwind and shit like that. And they all have numbers. So I guess... Then go! Split now! Okay, so I guess... Yeah, okay, so they all split up into component parts. And each one is piloted by a robot. Not the worst idea. I'm not mad at it. I think that's pretty cool. 4 of the 5 incredible modules are controlled by the Centron robot computers, while Genji herself remains at the master controls inside Combatra's head, now functioning as the Delta V1. The Hand of 5 cannot stop, and plows a deep crater into the earth. Can it be over already? Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm sending doubt. I doubt. Nope. Nope. Nah. Nah, let's see how many. Nah, we got 10 more pages. It's not over. But where did it come from? Why did it attack me? What does it want? And most importantly, is its threat really ended? No, it's not. I looked at the cover for the next issue. It's not ended. Genji's friend and escort, Kosai, stumbles from the ruins of the courthouse. What happened to Genji? Look! What are those things? I've never seen anything like them before. Oh my god, this is brilliant. Because she was just telling them that she's innocent. Oh, I'm innocent. I didn't steal the test plane. But she didn't tell them that she was a giant robot superhero. Now everybody knows. Because I'm sure they saw her jump into Combatra. So let's see. Let's see if that's where the story goes. I'd be mad if it doesn't go there. Yes. And look, that thing embedded into the ground. What is happening? Genji said that something extraordinary had happened to her. That normal matters were no longer important. Not her job nor the court hearing. Could this possibly involve her? Abruptly, the ground throbs and shakes. The hand blasts free of its earthen prison. But the grotesque fingertip heads are gone. Wait, oh shit, they are gone. What happened to the snakes? The crater trembles. 5 burrowing lines radiate outwards. Oh my god, they're underground. Dude, what are you gonna do, man? Oh, fuck. They're 5. This is what she meant. That they're 5 and she's 5. It's gonna be 5 on 5 as the fight. And the 5 heads shockingly burst free. Genji reverts independent control to the 4 Centrons prepared to override only when necessary. Pick a head and brace yourself, Centrons. Because these things sure look mean. Meanwhile, at the Oceanography Center on the coast of Madagascar. You still have no clue, Alongo? Nothing, Judith. There's not a thing in any of these photographs which even suggest where the Star Child monster came from or why it attacked, which happened last issue. Go watch it. Then perhaps these might help. Naismith just delivered them. They're the last ones he managed to take. Oh? These show the thing in its final metamorphosized form. I didn't know Naismith had gotten any shots after the larval change. Still, even these photos don't help us in determining... Crash! What was that? Voices? Shouting? Come on. What is it, Naismith? A mob from the town, blaming the presence of the Star Child monster on the center, on us. They think we've created that thing. But that's ridiculous. Yes. Wait, hold on. Judith, are you alright? What? Oh, somebody threw a rock at her. Oh, that's fucked. Come on. People are so scared. They're so terrified. Yes. Yes, I think so. Ilongo, where are you going? To try to stop him, Judith. That mob might do anything. Stop it! All of you! The town has already had enough trouble. Now go home! Yeah, we've had enough trouble, alright. And you caused that trouble. Listen to me. This center had nothing to do with any monster. No. No. Indeed, the people from my center helped to save your town. This woman right here, this woman whose blood you have spilled in your anger and ignorance, she is the one whose quick-witted actions alerted the authorities and rescue teams. Had she not acted selfishly and braved the great personal danger, how many of your children, your wives, your husbands, how many might now be dead? Now return to your homes and think about that. God, he just lectured an entire crowd, an entire goddamn riot. He just lectured it into submission. That's Ilongo, man. That's impressive, buddy. You got me. Go and start rebuilding your town rather than trying to destroy our center. The crowd is silent. They turn, ashamed of their actions. You have stopped them this time, Ilongo. But what if the town is attacked again? Because of your association with the Shogun warriors. I don't know, Judith. I don't know. Meanwhile... Get ready, Centrons. We're about to clash. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Look at this. Oof. All the lasers and the missiles and the little feet tanks. That's straight from Power Rangers. Actually, technically, this predates... It doesn't predate Japanese Power Rangers, but it does predate the American Power Rangers, which came out in the 90s. Since this is an 80s comic. 80s comics, I love them. The attack is accompanied by screaming, roaring chaos. Supremely powerful weapons extrude from the metal bands, which are both necks and finger joints of the five-headed beast. Oh, look, that one's got, like, razor and, like, saw blades, and this one's got machine guns, and... This is fucking great. How come they don't have toys of this crap? They never did. They never made toys. I cannot find them for the life of me. Once again, if anybody knows where the toys are, you let me get. I want one. I don't care what it is. I want one. As Genji and the four Centrons relearn an old lesson, the enemy's greatest strength is that which has not yet been revealed. And yet, in the midst of this berserk fury, Genji Odashu manages to keep her head. Oof, I should have brought water. I've got some time before my head swivels back for another pass. I've better check on how the Centrons are. Oh no, Sky Skater! Sky Skater 2 can't pull out in time. Is it gonna get him? No, I've got to swerve and boom, yeah. On the ground, Kosai sees only the overall pandemonium, while the view from Delta 5, yeah, I'm gonna call it Delta 5, not Delta V, one presents a shocking glimpse of his own personal peril. Kosai, I've got to save him! Outside Los Angeles, a weird greenish light grows from behind a hillside near Richard Carson's home. I'm still thinking about those strange dudes dressed in black, Dina. Well, aren't you? I mean, who did they think they were, Richard? Barging in here and intimidating us like that. Oh, don't worry about it now. Our big horse stunt should be coming up before the next commercial. Ah, yes, it's a strange way we make our living, Mr. Carson. Indeed. A stunt person's work is never ba-thump. What was that? I don't know. I'd be fucking curious if I were you. But it came from my room. Stay behind me, Dina, and keep quiet. Click. What the? It's one of those men in black. Oh my god, who are these guys? Oh my god! What are you doing in my filing cabinet? But before Carson can get any closer, the mysterious figure moves with surprisingly quickness, with no apparent regard for his personal safety, straight out of a window. Can you guys see that? Hold on, let me move it. Oh, you guys can barely see that. Hold on, let me move it. Look! He goes out the entire fucking window. Can you imagine what... What is that? What is that thing? That's not human. Maybe it is human. I don't know. I've seen stranger things in comic books. What was he looking for, Richard? I don't know. Nothing in that filing cabinet but letters, scrapbooks, old school papers. Maybe you should call for Radine, Richard. No, for that dude, it's just one guy. He's tiny. He's gonna disappear. You'll never find him. No, piloting Radine is a heavy thing, Dina. And it can't be abused. I can't go crying to the followers every time some little thing happens in my private life. If you say so, Richard. Except I've got a bad feeling this isn't something little. Unnoticed by Carson or Dina, the weird greenish glow completely fades. They are aliens. They're fucking aliens, bro. I'm calling it. I'm putting money on it. I've got 20 bucks says they're aliens. Tokyo, Kosai cannot believe it. His life has been saved as if by a miracle. Oh, it was her, the Delta 5. While his city is being destroyed by a nightmare from the unknown. Then, without warning, all but Forgotten Hand streaks into the lurid scene. Oh, are they going to combine again? Like iron filings drawn to a magnet, the 5 heads home in on the hovering hand. They lock into place, again becoming bizarre fingers. And there can be little doubt in the ominous stillness. Something big is about to happen. Centrons 2 through 5 merge at once, converge back to Combatra. The 5 component modules at the Shogun Warrior act no less like magnets, locking into the awesome puzzle called Combatra. The 2 unified forces of 5 confront each other, and the sense of impending cataclysm grows. But then, the silence is shattered by the arrival of the militia, its firepower focused on both giants. In the next issue, the Japanese army gets its ass stomped because they're fighting giant monsters. The conclusion of Combatra's epic battle with the Hand of 5. More mystery and a surprise ending in Headed for Doom. Yeah, so that's going to be the next issue. It's very interesting. I don't know what the military here is planning on doing. Look at this guy. He's pointing. Kill that thing. Kill that giant bulletproof monster robot. Yeah, nah, man. Go home, dude. This isn't your fight. Or maybe it is. Who knows? In the next issue, maybe the Japanese army will just push through, which, I don't know. Fine. You know what? I'm rooting for him. I'm not going to bet on him, but I'm rooting for him. I just don't believe in them because, you know, I just saw at the time of this recording, Godzilla -1 is in the theaters, and that movie, dude, the Japanese army is like completely decimated by Godzilla. They're not really even in the movie. Well, also World War II. You know, the Japanese army was defeated in World War II, and then they weren't allowed to have an army afterwards. So they have like these civilian agency, and like they're the ones that have to fight Godzilla. It's a good movie. I recommend it. But we're not here to talk about Godzilla, goddammit. We're here to talk about Shogun Warriors and the next issue, which is Headed for Doom. So that's next, but that's it for this one. If you liked reading this comic with me and you want to read more comics with me, like this video, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, nerds, stay heroic.